bitch.
Okie dokie, calling bitch.
Hello everybody, my name is Xandurr, that's Xandurr, and I woke up this morning and asked myself, do you want to be funny today? And I thought, sure, why not? Why not crack open the old YouTube channel again? You may know me from some of my hit videos such as The Best Deformity I've Ever Had and other, I guess we can call them video essays like that. But I want to try my hand at something new, something that I think I'll do a lot better in. I'm going to try and do some gameplay commentary stuff and try to be funny along the way. And what better game to do that in than Mario Kart 8 Deluxe? One of the only games that I'm actually good at, and I can probably provide some good input into it. And not just commentating over this, I'm going to be making a tier list of every single track in this game, going one cup at a time. So we're going to start off with the Mushroom Cup. And I'll change the characters each time because there's about as many characters in this entire damn game as there are tracks. Yeah, we're going basic Mario Kart build this time. Like this is the setup that you give your 7-year-old little brother when he has to play with you. So for the Mushroom Cup, we got Mario Kart Stadium, Water Park, Sweet Sweet Canyon, and Thwomp Ruins. And I'll be providing my own input into each of them as we go along. And yeah. So going along here, this is definitely one of the more basic ones. Music's nice. But this departs from typical tracks in the series. Like the very first ones, it's like really basic circuits. But this one, it's more of like it's a stadium. So there's crowds everywhere and a bunch of like stuff you wouldn't typically see just going around like a little circle loop. And this one tries to depart from that standard and be a little bit different, which is good. We like to see that. I don't really know what to say about this one other than it's like pretty basic. I mean, a good analogy I thought of, the first circuit track in a Mario Kart game is like it's like a McDonald's in a rural town. Like you have to have it. It's everywhere. It's all the time. There's going to be a McDonald's. There's going to be a Mario circuit in every Mario Kart game. Period. Visuals are of course really nice as always in this game. I say that as there's ink on my face and making me spin out. But all these base game tracks look amazing, in my eyes at least. Got fireworks going on. The environment of this very first track is it's really nice. And then, there's the first utter bullshit of this game. The triple bananas that spin around you don't do jack shit. They're actually useless. In the old games, it was triple bananas behind you. It was a row, like 3 columns of bananas right behind you. And those would protect you, but when they're spinning around you, there's an open space. It's so annoying, and it's been this way in this game for as long as I can remember. The entire, like, 10 years that this game's been out. Yeah, but Mario Circuit, it's a pretty nice one. Out of any of these tracks that I'm going to be ranking on this tier list, this is the most mid-tier track. Every single track that I rank is going to revolve around this one, whether it's above it or below it. Now, Water Park, this one, I have big mixed feelings about this one, I would say. Because it's got a cool idea going for it, but I just think the layout's really boring. Like, music's not all that special. It's just the most unoffensive track. That's probably the best way to put this one, because it's not trying to do anything special, but it's also not doing anything crazy. That's we just passed the craziest thing in this, is the little like weird submarine coaster going around. The carousels are a nice little touch. You can go through those. I think there's a secret. It plays, oh, what is it? I think it's Mario 64 carousel music. If you go over by it and stop there, you can hear that. Not too sure, I don't really remember. I probably saw that a really long time ago. You know, now that I'm taking a closer look at this one, this track is a lot nicer than I remember it being. It's really easy to say that this one's boring, but it's also, you have to remember that this is in the Mushroom Cup, which is the very first one, so these aren't trying to be too crazy or anything. But I would say the theming and just like how they have to order everything, this one's actually not too shabby. Does it go above Mario Kart Stadium though? I don't know. This might be on the exact same tier as that. Or at least that's what I would say. Big controversial opinion right here. If Mario Kart Stadium is McDonald's, the track that immediately follows up that follows up Mario Circuit and the Mushroom Cup, that's also easy, is your Wendy's. This is Wendy's. Because, right across the street from that McDonald's in that town you're thinking of is a Wendy's across the street. That's like the Krusty Krab and the Chum Bucket. Overall, Water Park is actually a lot better than I remember it being. But it's still, I would say this is probably going to be on the same tier as Mario Kart Stadium. Sweet Sweet Canyon is kind of in the same place as Water Park for me. Like, I kind of like the theming, but it's also pretty basic enough to where I don't really like racing on it. Or I always remember not wanting to race on this one during online. I used to play this game so much back in the day, and I do mean back in the day, like back in my day, like an old person, because this game has been out for almost a decade. See, the two paths, I'll never understand that. I mean, it's the illusion of choice, because these are both pretty much the exact same. I think the pink is a little bit faster from what I remember, but it's got to be by milliseconds because they're nearly identical. I do like the candy theming of this one. I'm not going to compare this to another fast food restaurant because I don't want to overdo that bit that I thought was okay in my head earlier. Music's also really sweet on this one. No pun intended. And no surprise here, I'm not getting my ass kicked. I don't know if these NPCs are supposed to be a little bit harder or not, because like they're in the cup format, the Grand Prix format. Because if you do versus race, you can set their difficulties. But I don't know, I'm not to brag or anything, but I'm always a good bit ahead from the competition. I should film myself playing online and eat my words. Oh, we're going blue. Okay, because I messed that up. Yeah. We should try and see every aspect of the course. So the blue way, I really never go this way. This angle feels like I was gonna just fall on my chair right now. Oh yeah, and the crowd, they're all like little gingerbread cookies. That's cute. Come on. Gingerbread cookie toads can put a smile on anyone's face. Come on. I'm not exactly sure where to put this one right now when I think about it. I guess I'll have to look at the tier list itself where I place all the other things. Which I don't know if I'm going to have to move around tracks like later down the line. Because I plan on just literally looking at these a cup at a time. Maybe like a cup or two like a day and uploading them separate or something. Because there's like 2 pages of cups in this. There's 96 tracks. Out of all 96 tracks, this is one of the best, I would say. The theming, if we're arguing theming for all these, this is one of the better ones. I know that there are some tracks that have better music, and when we get to those, I'll break out into humming or beatboxing or whatever I'm feeling like. But I'm just not feeling it right now. This is my first time recording in, I think, over a month. Last time I looked, I had to take a little hiatus, which is my bad. But I just don't exactly like the format of the like video essays I was doing. I did like writing out like a script and like bits I wanted to do, but it always came to me like better things like came in my head like as I just randomly thought of them, rather than like, oh, I have to write down this joke on a script and then I have to redo myself saying it like 3 times and I just mess it up to the point where it's like not even funny anymore. So I really like the style of like improv a lot more, and I think that's where I could definitely shine. But where I definitely can't shine is taking that shortcut there and trying to do 2 things at once, which I'm usually good at. I can usually yap and play a game in the background, which is why I think this format of content would work a lot better for me. Now I would love here on lap 3 when everything changes and you can take the middle bit and go around. I do love stuff like that in these tracks where like the terrain changes over time, even though that's like a really small thing, but you don't see that in many of the tracks. And we're about to finish up here with a nice clean finish. Oh, I'm covered in ink, but it's clean as in, you know what I'm saying. So now I got my tier list open here, and I'm gonna have to think about where to put these. So Mario Kart Stadium, definitely, I'm already saying it's in the middle because it's just like the most basic track, but it also has good visuals, good music, all that good stuff. So this is a really good middle ground. Water Park, for right now, I'm going to put Water Park on the exact same tier as Mario Kart Stadium. Oh, and if you thought I was just going to put them in tiers, no, I'm going to put them in order. Water Park has like a nice little gimmick, good theming, alright music, it's fine, but probably thinking too hard about this, but I would say Mario Kart Stadium is a little bit better. Sweet Sweet Canyon, I'm thinking right here, right on D tier below, because I think these two top it. Swamp Ruins, now I'm not exactly sure about this one. Right now, at least, I think this is an A tier track. Swamp Ruins, it's an amazing starting course. It has amazing theming. I love the music. It has good obstacles, just all that good stuff, which is really surprising for like a beginner level track for like the Mushroom Cup in one of these games. So I'm going to leave it up there for now, but when I put all of these tracks on here, I'm sure that's going to be moved around. This is how many tracks you're going to have to look at, and I'm going to look at them 4 at a time. So I think for right now, this is a really good starting point for these tracks. I'm going to leave this ranking how it is right now. If you don't like it, you can fight me down in the comments. I don't care. Everyone's just going to have to deal with it, anyone that watches this, because this is going to be the first Mario Kart tier list put out on the internet, out in the world ever, that is objectively correct. Thanks for tuning in to my first improv gameplay style video, and be on the lookout for the next one. Thank you. Thank you for watching.